Hey, this is Russ. I'm headed to the post office. Yep, I am braving the world and heading out onto the streets, making some adjustments here. So, my wife and I decided to use the bike more often to do small little trips that we would normally take by car. So this time I decided, well, I need to mail a piece of mail, so why don't I just head out to the post office. Now it's early in the morning. It's around, give or take, around 7 o'clock in the morning on a Monday. So I figured traffic can't be too heavy at this time of day. So I figured I'd give it a try. I'm not going to go really fast unless I'm forced to. If the traffic around me starts building up, then of course I'll use the throttle more. If not, I'm just going to go at a pace of about 10 or 11 miles an hour. I'm using pedal assist level 2, and I've just dropped myself down to gear number 6. So this should give me more range. Now today, it's a little bit, well, let me pass this intersection first. It's a little bit foggy and cloudy, and that's expected today, but it's gonna hit close to 90 degrees. Right now it's a little chilly. I only have a short sleeve shirt on, my typical black shirts, and I have the vest on, of course. So it's a little chilly, but I prefer to be a little chilly versus sweating. I think they said the humidity today was currently around 95%. It's because it had drizzled a little bit earlier in the morning. Now, there was a radar detector thing there telling you what your speed is. This is a 25-mile-an-hour zone, and it showed that I was doing about 11 miles an hour. I'm doing about 12 right now. So the RadRover is set up when it comes out of the factory at 20 miles an hour with pedal assist and throttle assist. But you can change that to 25 miles an hour if you want to. Yeah, guess what I ended up doing? Now, I have not used this at 25 miles an hour, but it's good to know that it's there if you need to have it. But all of these Class 2 bikes are set up right out of the factory for 20 miles an hour, which is the legal limit. Anyways, post office is not that far away, so I figure I'd take you guys along with me. Now the nice part is with this particular road, it is considered a bike path shared with cars, but I am on the shoulder right now. But there's a shoulder on this one is pretty wide. It's I'm gonna guesstimate 3 to 4 feet wide. Now, usually I don't like riding on the shoulder, because when you do that, cars won't move over to the left lane. They'll just stay in their lane. So of course they come relatively close to you. But this is a wide enough shoulder that I don't feel too bad about it. Right? Now, as we approach this intersection, we will get towards a more widely traveled road, and of course cars will move a lot quicker on that road. And then we got to cross a major intersection at a light. But I'm getting better at this stuff. Going up a hill a little bit, so I'm using the throttle a tad here. I'm getting better at this stuff. Somebody mentioned to me that I wasn't taking the risks that I should be taking, I guess. Wondering why I'm afraid of everything. Well, I think you have to be afraid of certain things, because that's what keeps you alive. Okay, so I'm going to move to the left lane like cars do. And we we got a nice clear path, so we are moving over. Now this is going to be a shared lane with cars. Now if you look on the street, it is painted with a bicycle thing here, which means bikes can be on this lane as well as the cars. Now when that happens, I'm going 1/3 of the lane, meaning I'm basically eating up this lane. If they want to pass me, they're going to have to cross that yellow line and go to the other side, which I'm forcing this car to do right now. Now that's actually the safest way to do it. I've watched a bunch of YouTube videos talking about riding on the street, taking a lane. Taking a lane is where you're essentially grabbing the center of the lane. Let me do that for a second here. So here's the center of the lane, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go 1/3, which is about here. Now 1/3 of the lane still makes it too tight for a car to pass you on the same lane. That means he's gonna have to move over to the lane to the left in order to pass, okay? That's actually safer for you. Now a lot of these cars, when they do that, they don't really go fully into the lane. They'll do a partial, but that's still better than being squeezed over to the curb, because if you're squeezed over to the curb, there's some cars passing now. If you're squeezed over to the curb, one false move, you hit the curb, you're going over, okay? We're going up a hill a little bit here, so I'm going to use the throttle here now. So I think I feel more comfortable now on the street because I've ridden the street for the last week or so, and I know that as long as the car is paying somewhat attention to the road, unfortunately sometimes they don't, as long as they're paying somewhat attention, you're probably okay, all right? But if they're sitting there texting and driving, or drinking something on their coffee mug or something and not seeing you, yeah, you could get hit. So I think it's really up to the cyclist to make sure he's safe. All right. Now coming up here, we have a left turn lane, a center lane, and a right turn lane. I'm going to stay in the center lane because the right turn lane means you got to go to the right, and I'm not doing that. So I'm staying right here. Now, typically, when I get ready to stop, I will extend my right leg because I need to jump off the bike, and I have to jump off onto the right leg. Because as you know, if I jump off on the left leg, I'm falling over because I still don't have that leg strength. All right, so I'm doing full throttle at this point just to get me through the intersection. All right, and this is a 30-mile-an-hour lane. Let's do full throttle. Let's see how fast this goes. So we're doing 20 miles an hour right now. And we're pretty much stuck around 21 miles an hour. It's going up a hill at this point, so I'm gonna pull off. I'm just gonna pedal at this point. Okay. All right, so yeah, this is really really quiet. There's not a whole lot of cars out here now. It's probably before people even go to work, and that's exactly what I wanted. I wanted to be able to be out here by myself if I can. It's better to do that than it is to have traffic all over. Okay, we're still going up a hill, and I'm using throttle to get up this hill. A little bit of pedaling now. Yeah, it's a little bit cool, but that's okay. Cool is better than hot and sweaty. Yeah, yesterday we did a run to the grocery store, my wife and I. Picked up a bunch of mangoes. Here, let me show you that. So what I did is I stuck the mangoes and its case on the front basket. And although it didn't fit 100% perfectly in there, it was close enough. We rode there, then we rode home. Alright, so we're at stop light. I gotta turn at this intersection. So I gotta jump off. Because there's a car coming across, and after that I can turn. Alright, so this is a 35-mile-an-hour zone. I always use the throttle to get me started. That's always the best thing, I think. Alright, so I am right on the line right now. Now they have a solid yellow line there because it's a curve here. But I'm still going to force the cars to kind of pass me a little bit. They'll have to swing a little bit around me in order to do it. Car behind me now. Let's see what he does. So I'm in the shoulder. Nah, he's turning, so we can't tell. I wanted to see if he was going to move over far to the left, but he already turned off. All right, we're here at the post office, and I'm going to go drop off a piece of mail here. Now, we don't have to go to the post office. The mailman will pick up our mail at our home if we wanted to. But I wanted to do the ride. I figured it'd be more fun. Alright, so this is the drop off of where people go to drop their mail off. Alright, so let's pull up here a little bit. So unless this guy is coming in, I think this guy's going to come in. I'm gonna get my mail out of here first. Drop that in there and get out of here. Alright, so we gotta cross the road. And we're back on the road. That wasn't too bad. So I'm just gonna ride around this area just to see what this area looks like. I don't think I've really explored this area that much. Okay, so now this guy pulled over. I'm still on the shoulder, but he gave me a lot of space. Let's see what this guy does. This guy gave me about a half a lane. That's fine. As long as they move over about a half a lane to pass you, you're good. I think legally they said that you've got to give a bicyclist at least 3 feet when you're passing them. You can't like come right up to them and pass them, because that's a little scary for the bike rider. So 3 feet is I think the accepted distance. Now this shoulder is a little bit narrower, and of course there's a kind of like a little gutter area of it too, so I can't really go right on the shoulder. So I'm doing about right on the line of the shoulder. That forces these guys to turn. So, all right, let's turn on this street. Let's see what's further down here. Oh, got a stop light. All right, we're gonna run out of video in a moment here because the camera will automatically shut down as usual. I'll shut ourselves down after I turn and find a good spot. Then I'll start us back up again. Yes.
How do you like it?
I like it.
You've had it for a while?
I've had it about 2 months.
We bought them as well, and the weather's just not cooperating. But I'm looking forward to getting out. But my tires are not as bad as yours are.
Yeah, these are big.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to them.
Yeah, I had a knee replacement. I'm just using it to rehab my knee.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm just going to use it to keep my belt.
That too. Have fun. All right. Okay, I'm back on the road. I was just talking to a lady. She stopped me to ask me if this was an electric bike. And of course it is. Let me hook this back up here. There we go. Wait for this car to come. And they're turning. Okay, so we're going this way. Alright. Yeah, I was just talking to a lady who asked me if my bike was an electric bike. She said that she had just bought one herself, and because of weather, she hasn't had an opportunity to actually go out on her bike yet. So, yeah, usually I'll get people who will ask me about the bike. We're crossing a railroad track here. They'll ask me about the bike. People have stopped me before, talking to me about it. And I think that's pretty common from what I'm told. Now, let me mention, too, that the audio track might cut out on us again. I was looking for some batteries for my digital recorder, and I couldn't find it. I got to make it more accessible. I know I have some in here somewhere, but it's too much to look for. So if it cuts out, we'll have to go to the camera microphone. Now, the camera microphone's not so bad. Let me turn here. The camera microphone is not so bad. It's just that when the wind blows on it, it makes a lot of wind noise. So I ordered up what they call a dead cat. A dead cat is a kind of a wind filter. It looks like a fuzzy cat. That's why they call it a dead cat. And so I'll stick that to the microphone section. And I ordered this on AliExpress for about $4.50. I think you get like 10 of them. I don't know why you would need that many, quite frankly, but there's always a minimum of anything you buy. So it's coming from China, so it's going to take a while to get here. So in the meantime, we'll have to just live with the noise if we get wind. Now, I usually plan to use the digital recorder, but if the digital recorder dies out on us, then at least as a backup, I do have the camera microphone, and we don't want that to be noisy. So anyways, I'm just riding around the neighborhood here. I just want to get a feel of what this area looks like and feels like. I've never been around here before, so I figured, hey, why not? It's early in the morning. I could either ride here or I can ride in the forest preserve. Why not ride some of the streets? Bring you guys along. So overall, yeah, she asked me how I liked the bike, and I told her I liked it. I told her that I had it for about 2 months or so now, and yeah, I'm doing pretty good on it right now, I think. I think initially when you first get your bike, you're a little apprehensive about everything because you're still getting used to it. And even if you were a regular bike rider who's been riding for a while, it's still hard with this bike because it's heavy, so it balances a little bit differently than a standard bike. Today I'm actually carrying additional weight. I brought my chain, put it onto the back, on the top of the panniers, just to see what the weight would feel like on there. And I don't notice anything. With the motor, you don't notice a thing. All right, so going up this hill is quite a bit, and I know where that heads, so I'm not going to go up that hill that's ahead of us. I'm going to turn. And again, I don't know where these roads lead, but I figure, hey, even if I get lost, I do have GPS that hopefully will help find my way back. I have a rough idea what direction I'm heading. Kind of keep that stuff in your mind. If you keep in mind what direction you're going, you just kind of keep heading in certain directions. Now, sometimes I'll use the sun to get an idea where I'm headed. My dad used to do that. He used to say, "I'm following my nose." Okay, this is a dead end. We'll have to turn around. He'd say, "I'm following my nose," and really what he was doing, he said, was he's just looking at the sun. Based on time of day, what angle the sun is. He always kind of knew what direction he was going, and so he would just follow the direction. So But anyways, it's a cool day right now, but it'll be hotter later. So early morning is the best time to go riding, I think. Like I said, today is expected to be close to 90 degrees. But again, it's kind of a cool day right now. I'm with the wind blowing on you. It's not too bad. Now, if every day was kind of like this in the morning, I would say, yeah, it would be a lot of fun riding the bike. Going up a hill a little bit here, so use some throttle. Car coming up from behind, and he's moving over. Yeah. So yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Oh, by the way, give you some stats here. I don't know if I mentioned it, but the other day I decided to do power assist or pedal assist level 2 and a gear of about 4 and 5. And I was able to get 29 miles out of it. So yeah, if you don't go to heavy pedal levels, you don't use the throttle that much, even with a guy my size and the bike all loaded down with heavy stuff that I carry along with me, 29 miles is not too bad. But it is still kind of limiting. If I wanted to go distances, I think I'd need a second battery. But I'm not buying a second battery. These batteries are like $550. Okay, I'm at a dead end again here. I'm gonna have to turn around. Yeah, they're about $550. You add sales tax to it, you're about $600. So that's pretty hefty. Now, if I was doing any type of bike trips, then of course you're gonna need to do that. You know, I read recently there's a new technology in another country that's using aluminum ion instead of lithium ion, and they claim that this thing charges up like 10 times as fast and holds a long charge to the point where they said you can go longer distance than even a Tesla. I don't know if that's true for bike batteries or whatever, but the whole point is that you can get a lot of distance in a charge time like 10 times as quick as the lithium ion batteries. Now, if that happens, that would be a major game changer. I could see people buying bikes left and right at that point, using their bikes for other purposes. So yeah, I think the reason I would hesitate in using my bike for a lot of things is, you know, if you have to lock up your bike somewhere, you know, the fact that you could get it stolen so easily, that would be the thing that would stop me from using it for certain things, like, you know, just going shopping and things like that. That would probably stop me from doing it. All right, so where are we here? I have no idea. What is this? Oh, I see. Okay. Let me stop here for a second. All right. I believe we got to go left to head back. I'm kind of waiting to make sure cars are fully passed before I attempt to pass this stop sign. And it's my turn. And again, for this type of thing, I'll use the throttle because it could do better than me pedaling. All right, back over to train tracks. This is a Metro train station. It says bike route. Let's go towards the bike route. Let's see where that goes. So this is the Metro station. Goes, but hey, let's ride it. It's long as I got battery power, why not? All right. Let's see where this heads. No, I will say this. The one thing that I've noticed with having the e-bike is it gets me into different areas I would never just drive my car around. I would never do this on my car. No way. Waving hi to some people just sitting on their porch, watching the cars go by, I guess. Yeah, it's a nice day. Nice day for a bike ride. I don't know if I ever told you guys that I was always into bikes. I didn't ride it that much, in recent years. But yeah, when I was younger, I always liked having my bike, going different places with it. It's kind of the freedom of moving around. But then I think after I went to college, kind of dropped down from there, but then I took the interest up again. That's why I bought another bike when I moved out to San Diego. Then we sold it when we moved back. And then I bought another bike. It's the mountain bike that I have, and I didn't really use it that much because of my knee problems. And so that's what stopped me. Otherwise, I probably would have been biking a lot more. So the whole point with this e-bike, it allows me to do it again. I would never have done it again with the existing bike. So yeah, I'm kind of glad I have it. All right, I'm gonna have to turn left, but we got cars here, so I can't really do it. So I'm just gonna stop for a second here. Yeah, I don't want to turn left in front of cars, not knowing what they're gonna do. All right, here's a trick for you guys if you ever buy an e-bike. All right, if you stop, you better jump off the bike. By jumping off the bike, I mean straddle the bike. Okay, if you don't do that, you're going down. If you're gonna stay on your seat and try to tippy-toe your way, because when you're sitting, you're not planting your feet directly on the ground. If you have your seat high enough so that you can pedal, you're not planting your feet down. So you've got to jump off the bike and straddle it. All right. This is why if the top bar is too tall for you, yeah, you're gonna hit things you don't want to hit. All right. For me, when I get ready to stop, I extend my right leg out, getting ready to use my right leg to balance me. And I try my best to lean my bike towards the right, because if I lean it towards the left, I'm going to go down based on the fact of lack of leg strength. So eventually, I think you have to fall once to know that you can't do it, right? I know I can't do it with my left leg. So that fall was eventually going to have to happen for me to learn that lesson. All right. I don't know. Have we done enough of this? I think we've done enough of this. All right. I think the best thing is probably to head back, find my way home, the distances I'm at this point. I'm just riding around people's neighborhoods here. Anyways, I appreciate you guys taking me or following me along with this trip. I'm taking you. You're not taking me, but you're following along, which is good. Thank you so much for that. We'll do more of these little trips. We'll investigate the neighborhoods, and that gets me away from having to be on the forest preserve all the time. So I think for the rest of my ride, I'll just be going around to different neighborhoods here. So anyways, talk to you guys next time.